The stars are red, and that means it's time for another episode of The Whisper in Darkness. I'm your host, the manfromleng. Thank you very much for joining me today. On this episode, we are continuing our adventures with Agnes Baker. We are going to give her standalone scenario a try, Bad Blood. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. That's right, we are going to attempt Bad Blood with Agnes Baker, the new parallel investigator for the Arkham Horror LCG. FFG announced her a couple weeks ago, and part one of this two-part series took a look at her abilities and her new investigator card, as well as her advanced heirloom of Hyperborea and Dark Memory. And now we are going to try the scenario Bad Blood and see how we do against Elspeth. Before I get started, I'd like to thank the patrons of this channel for their tremendous support. The Arkham Horror LCG community is amazing, and these people have gone above and beyond to bring you content like these playthroughs. If you'd like to support the channel's goals and see your name on this list, head over to patreon.com, sign up for a tier of your choice, and claim your rewards. That would be awesome. Without further ado, let's get started. So we are going to tackle Agnes Baker here in Bad Blood. We are set up and ready to go in Octagon, so let's switch over there now, if everything is working as it should be. So here we are. We have Bad Blood. The scenario is based on Threads of Fate. Of course, we don't use the Threads of Fate Act or Agenda decks, but we do use most of the locations. So we have out here, we've got the Curiosity Shop, North Side, Downtown, East Town, Miskatonic University, and Rivertown. And then we have the Town Hall up here, which is connected to downtown. And then you choose one of the four random locations. And we happen to draw the train tracks for this playthrough. So it entered play with one clue on it. Agnes, of course, begins here at Velma's Diner, which is a two-shroud location with 0 clues. But it does 0 clues. We need clues to gain these resources that are on each of these locations. These are the memories we are trying to collect before Elspeth collects them. Once all, I believe it's all 9. Once all 9 memories are collected, then the game ends. So our goal is to collect more than Elspeth, and if she has memories, we can attack her and try to grab them from her. But of course, she is a tough cookie with 8 fight, 4 health, and 8 evade. She does get a little bit weaker for each memory on her, but that hopefully we can simply grab more memories than she does, and we won't have to worry about it. Now, we need clues to get memories. Velma's Diner does not have clues, but it does have, we can take 3 actions to kill some time at the diner listening to conversations of the patrons to gain 2 clues from the token pool limit once per game. So we can get the first 2 clues that we need to trigger Act 1A, and then we can collect a memory. So that will probably be one of the first things we do, if not the first thing. We may want to set up first, maybe get down. We're going to need to do some investigating, so we'll probably want to have our investigation tools, combat tools, of course. I know there are night gaunts and whatnot in this scenario, so we'll have to deal with those. We have Agenda 1A is Hyperborean Blood. It has the forced effect at the end of the enemy phase. If Elspeth is ready and there is a memory at her location, we reveal a random token from the Chaos Bag and place it on that location. It also has another forced effect. If there are 1 or more Chaos tokens on a location without a memory, we return them to the Chaos Bag. And then the main forced effect is if there are Chaos tokens equal on a location with a memory that have a combined value of 6 or more, ignoring the plus and minus values and treating the auto-fail and Elder Sign tokens as -6s, we return them to the Chaos Bag, and Elspeth collects the memory. Elspeth has the patrol keyword, so once she collects a memory at one location, she will move on to the next. and we will then start stacking chaos tokens on that location until she collects it, and so on and so forth. Act 1A is a walk down memory lane. You must recover the lost memories of your previous life before Elspeth does. As a free triggered ability, we can spend 2 clues as a group to collect a memory at Agnes's location. It has the forced effect: if Agnes is defeated, we proceed to R2, which is the bad ending, and the objective is collect more memories than Elspeth. If all 9 memories have been collected by either party, we advance. And so we want to get as many memories as possible. If we get more than her, we get the good ending. If we don't, then we get the bad ending. We have Agnes here. She's got 5 willpower, 2 intellect, 2 combat, and 3 agility. Of course, she's sorcerer. Her special ability, the parallel version, is as an additional cost to play a spell event, you may take 1 damage. If you do, reduce the cost to play that event by 2. And if you then you may shuffle that event back into your deck instead of discarding it. And her Elder Sign effect is +1. You may heal 1 damage, which of course works very nicely with her new ability. And they also saw fit to flip her health and sanity around, so now she has 8 health and 6 sanity. And her deck building restrictions are a little bit different as well. We do not have access, at least this version does not have access to the Survivor card pool. We have access to a lot of spells instead. I ended up not using those in the build. I don't think I chose any spells from that weren't Mystic spells. But I can definitely see the advantage of using parallel Agnes front with old Agnes back, so you have access to the Survivor card pool. And of course, that gives you Jessica Hyde, who can absorb damage for you, which seems to work very well with this. But I decided I would use both the parallel back and front. The build for this playthrough, Agnes's deck building restrictions are also slightly different. She starts with 25 cards in her deck, and then as you gain experience points, you can add cards. You can you can upgrade spells, and then you don't have to take out the lower level versions. So for this build, I went with, I upgraded, I think it ended up being 28 experience points. I was trying to keep it down, but man, the more cards I added, the higher it went. So as far as assets go, we have 6th Sense 0 and 6th Sense 4. We've got Shriveling 0 and Shriveling 3. We've got a copy of the Robes of Endless Night 2. And we have 1 copy of Rite of Seeking 0. As far as events go, we've got all the good ones: Deny Existence, Drawn to the Flame, Read the Signs, Spectral Razor, all of which we can reduce with Agnes's special ability. We've got Ward of Protection in there. I thought about adding Ward of Protection 2 as well, but we just I didn't want to boost the experience, the deck too high. And we've got Storm of Spirits 0 and Storm of Spirits 3. So we've got lots of offense. And of course, we have the advanced version of the Heirloom of Hyperborea, which gives us, in addition to its regular ability, we now have 3 health and 3 sanity to play around with. And of course, because we upgraded that, we also upgraded to the advanced Dark Memory, which is basically exactly the same as the regular version, except it costs 4 resources. But we can reduce that cost with Agnes's ability at the cost of a damage. Oh, I forgot that I also picked up Diana Esperance, so we can stack an event on her, a spell event, and then we can get a little bit more use out of it. Be nice to put either a Spectral Razor or Read the Signs on there. So that will be our goal. Of course, we've got Uncage the Soul as well, just so we have we can reduce the cost of some of these cards. And I also decided to go with Hallowed Mirror for some of the healing that it offers. The new Agnes can take occult cards, so Hallowed Mirror seems like a good pickup for her. So we can, if we can get that into play, then we can get Soothing Melody, and that can heal some damage and or horror if necessary. Of course, it's a one of in the deck, and Agnes doesn't have a ton of draw, but we shall see how things go. This is just a rough build I threw together this morning, so we'll see how it works. We need a total of 3. I think because we have 28 experience points, we need to draw 3 weaknesses. So we will do that now. Let's shuffle up our pot of weaknesses here, and we will draw. We have, ooh, this is an interesting one. We've got the Accursed Follower from the Innsmouth Conspiracy, aloof, and he adds curse tokens to the bag. That could be quite spicy. We've got Dark Pact. That's campaign only, so we'll throw that aside. We've got Self-Destructive. When you deal 1 or more damage to an enemy, you take 1 damage. Ouch. Well, we've got 8 health. That's good. And we've got Day of Reckoning. Attach Day of Reckoning to the current agenda, then search the Chaos bag for the Elder Sign token and seal it on Day of Reckoning. Okay, well, that's interesting as well, because there is no second agenda. So once Day of Reckoning comes out, we are losing the Elder Sign token for the rest of the game. I guess that can be good and bad, considering that it is a 6. So maybe that will, if it was sealed on a location, that would mean that Elspeth would get the memory quicker. So maybe if we seal the Elder Sign away, we won't have to worry about. Maybe it'll slow down Elspeth a little bit. I'm not crazy about losing the Elder Sign token, but so an interesting batch of weaknesses. I haven't played with many of these. Man, my nose is really itchy here all of a sudden. So Agnes starts here at Velma's Diner. So I think our goal will be, at least in the first round, to get down maybe a couple of an asset or something like that helps us investigate. Then maybe the second turn we can grab 2 clues with the triple action on Velma's Diner. Grab this memory, and then we are off to the races. Okay. Let's draw our opening hand, see how we do. So we end up with Storm of Spirits 3. Hallowed Mirror. Okay, well that's good. Read the Signs. That's very nice. Drawn to the Flame. There's some more clues. And a Self-Destructive, which we will put aside and draw a Shriveling 3. Okay, well that's a pretty nice looking hand. I think we keep the Hallowed Mirror, of course, because we can't read the Signs and draw into the Flame will get us a couple of clues. As long as we're at locations with multiple clues, those will do nicely for us. The Shriveling, I think we got to keep that as well. If we've got the Shriveling, I don't think we need the Storm. So let's mulligan the Storm. We get an Unexpected Courage, so not exactly what I was looking for, but I was hoping we'd get a Sixth Sense in there, but or an Uncage the Soul or something like that. But we are going to... So we can drop the Hallowed Mirror and Shriveling right off the bat. Then we've got a Read the Signs that we can play for free with Agnes's ability. Drawn to the Flame is also free, and then we'll just go and see what happens. So I think our first turn is pretty straightforward. We will play the Hallowed Mirror first as our first action. And we get to go get our soothing melodies, which are I dumped in here with all of the bless and curse tokens. So we get, I believe we get 1 in our hand and 2 shuffled into our deck. If I'm not mistaken, after Hallowed Mirror enters play, search your bonded cards for 3 copies of Soothing Melody, add 1 to your hand, shuffle the other 2 into the deck. So 1 goes into our hand, the other 2 go into our deck. So that's nice. We've got a little bit of healing, both horror and damage, so that will help us out. And let's get down our Shriveling as well. Starts the game. Wow, they've upgraded. They've been doing some tinkering with Octagon here, so now cards enter play with all their resources. That's a nice little addition. Nice little addition to Octagon here. I noticed they've done. There's a few more things that used to be you couldn't really seal tokens on things, and now that I see that you can do that. And you've also got add a bless and a curse token, so that's helpful as well. So I don't need to put all those bless and curse tokens in my sidebar. Nice. Okay, well we've used 2 actions. We have 1 action left. I think maybe we take a resource, just because if we take a resource, then we get another resource during the upkeep phase. That would put us at 2. Or we could draw a card, although sort of feel like I'd rather have the resource at this time than the card. So that'll be our turn. Now we have some things to do here. So at the end of the enemy phase, so let's advance to the enemy phase. At the end of the enemy phase, if she is ready and there is a memory at her location, we reveal a chaos token from the bag and place it on that location. And then we just go from there. So let's reveal a token. See if I can remember how to do this. There is a -2. So let's put this over here and seal that token. So there is a -2 on the Curiosity Shop. And memory at her location, reveal chaos token, place it on that location. If there are 1 or more chaos tokens on the location without a memory, that's fine. We don't have up to -6. So everything stays as put. I didn't actually go over we are playing Bad Blood on standard. Skulls are -X, where X is the number of memories on Agnes, so that's a 0 at the moment. The Cultist, which there is 1, is -2, and Elspeth readies and resolves her patrol keyword. The tablet's a -3, and if you fail and there's a memory at her location, we place it there. And the Elder Thing is a -6. We may take up to 6 damage to increase your skill value by 2 for each damage taken. So, wow, -6. But that also counts as a -6 for the for that ability on the Hyperborean Blood. So that's going to do it for our turn. And Elspeth's turn, we will go to the upkeep phase. We grab our 6 cents, so that is awfully nice. We do have, we've got 2 resources. We'll pick up another one at the end of next round so we can play our 6th cents. In the meantime, we've got our Read the Signs that we can reduce the cost of. So I'm liking the look of our hand so far. Let's go to the first Mythos phase, 1 of 8. Now, for those of you who haven't played this, there is only one agenda deck, 1 agenda card, but if it advances, basically Elspeth just attacks you from wherever she is, and it flips back. So you get 8 rounds to try to beat the scenario before Elspeth attacks you without being able to do anything about it, and then you just go from there. And of course, Elspeth hits for 2 damage and 2 horror, which is rough. And she also has alert and retaliate, which is rough. So she is a tough SOB. So let's draw our first encounter card of the game. It is going to be a locked door. Attached to the locked door to the location with the most clues. There is only one location in play with clues, and that is the train tracks. So the door to the train tracks is locked. That's okay. We weren't really planning to go there anyway. At least not at the moment. So let's go on to turn 2. I think this turn we will simply take the 3 actions. We kill some time at the diner to gain a couple clues. We will then spend those clues to gain this memory. I will stack the memories on Agnes here on her mini card so we know how many she's got. And that's going to be her turn. So we will grab the 2 clues, then spend the 2 clues immediately to grab that memory. And that will be it for us. We go, whoops, we jumped ahead there. We went, we need to go to the enemy phase first. We get a -4. Okay, so now we're triggering. So we'll seal this just to make sure. Now, if there are chaos tokens on a location with a memory that has a combined value of 6 or more, ignoring plus or minuses, return them to the chaos bag, and Elspeth collects the memory. So 1 memory for Elspeth and 1 for me, and these go back into the bag. So I thought we had a little bit more time there, but that was quick. Now, at the end of the enemy phase, if she is ready and there is a memory. Now, I just want to check the patrol keyword here quickly. I'm pretty sure it's at the beginning of the phase and not the end, but I just want to make sure of that. So we don't make any mistakes. Patrol during the enemy phase 3.2. So yeah, at the beginning. Good to know. All right. So, yeah, that was quick. 1 for Elspeth and 1 for us. So 2 of 9 gone. And during the upkeep phase, we drew Dark Memory. Dark Memory advanced. So we place a doom on the current agenda, and then this effect can cause the current agenda to advance. That's bad news for us, considering there is only 1 agenda and it has a doom threshold of 8. And if Dark Memory is in your hand at the end of your turn, you reveal it to take 2 horror. So I think one of our first things we're going to have to do here is to play Dark Memory. That's going to cost us, we can reduce its cost by 2 using Agnes's ability. We'll take a damage, but that's okay. So we know, we pretty much know what our turn is going to be. Play Dark Memory, move, and then probably maybe, how often can I use her ability? Whenever I play a spell event. So I could take 2 damage and play Read the Signs as well, if necessary. Very well. All right, so let's go to the upkeep. The Mythos phase. 2 of 8. And we get a Words of Power. Put Words of Power into play in your threat area. If there are 1 or more enemies at your location with Doom on them, you cannot damage those enemies or discover clues at your location. Man, that card is bad news, especially if you end up with cultists. And we do know there are cultists in this deck, so we may have to deal with that. I feel like we have to deal with that this turn. I really don't want that in our threat area. So I think our first action will be to use Agnes's ability. So we will take a damage. We will play Dark Memory for 2 resources. So that's gone. We do have the option of shuffling it back into our deck, but we are not going to do that because that would be insane. Place 1 Doom on the current agenda. So this goes up to 3 now. Second and third actions, we're just going to get rid of Dark Words of Power. And that's going to be our turn. So another quick turn for Agnes. We don't have a lot of... not much to do there. We will go to the enemy phase, and Elspeth will patrol. She's only got one place to go, which is north side. Now, I believe at the end of the enemy phase, we reveal a token. So let's do that. Oh no! We get the auto fail. Boy, this could be a quick game indeed. And the auto fail's a -6, and then if there's -6, yeah. So Elspeth collects that to memory right away. Couple of quick grabs for Elspeth. She grabs another memory. The train tracks is connected to north side, so she could go there next. Wow, that's fast. So three of the memories are already gone, and we haven't really done anything yet. So we go to upkeep. We get Diana. Okay, so that's, man, we just we need an Uncage the Soul here to an Uncage the Soul would be nice to play Sixth Sense. See, we're running into the classic Mystic problem of having too many expensive cards to play and not enough resources to play them. And even with Agnes's ability to reduce the cost, we're still sort of struggling. So maybe next turn we can get Sixth Sense down. We'll have to see. But Elspeth has jumped out to a 2-1 memory lead on us here. Mythos phase. We draw Conspiracy of Blood, attach it to the current agenda. It gets a -1 Doom threshold. Oh no, that's even worse. So not only did we speed up the game by dealing with Dark Memory, but we have... now it is 7 Doom instead of 8, so we are that much closer to Elspeth attacking us. So no enemies come out, which is okay, I guess, but speeding up the game is never a good thing. So that's kind of... we're probably going to take an attack from Elspeth before this game is over. So it's our turn. It's turn 4. Let us move in to East Town. East Town has 1 clue. Boy, that's nice. Whoever did this for Octagon, thank you very much for just adding in the quality of life improvement of just adding clue tokens to the locations when they spawn. East Town, 1 clue. While you were in East Town, reduce the cost of each ally asset you play by 2. Well, that's nice. We can play Diana for 2. And then using Diana's free triggered ability, we can attach... we could attach Read the Signs. So let's do that. Let me make sure I have the right number of actions. So our second action, we're going to play Diana for 2, using the game text on East Town here. And then we're going to attach Read the Signs to Diana. Oh, the quality of life improvement didn't add secrets to her. So we attach a non-spell weakness event from our hand to Diana, and then we may play it from our hand as it's not discarded. As an additional cost, we have to exhaust Diana and spend a secret. So we can also use our ability on that. So we add that to our investigation. You may ignore any effect or keyword. If we succeed, we discover an additional clue. So let's use our ability. Let's use Diana. So we'll spend a secret. We will take another damage to reduce the cost of Read the Signs by 2. So we are investigating at a 7v2. And we get a -1. So we grab this clue. So we are going to need more clues before we can get this this memory here. But we have Read the Signs on the table. We've got a couple more uses out of it before we have to worry about that. All right, maybe we can get an Uncage the Soul and get down that Sixth Sense to make it a little bit easier on us. I considered playing David Renfield in this deck, but then I'd have to add Charisma and all that stuff, and I just decided we'll just try it without, see how it goes, and I'm kind of regretting that decision. But enemy phase. Elspeth patrols. Let's send her up to the train tracks here. Because then she will patrol. She'll have to patrol away from us. Patrol is not one of those keywords that I have used all that often. So during the enemy phase, each ready unengaged enemy moves to a connecting location with the shortest path. Towards the designated location. Okay, so she can move up to the train station. So that sort of pulls Elspeth away from us, which is, I guess, fine for the moment. And she's going to attack us regardless, but very soon. So let's reveal a token. Oh no! Elspeth! Oh my god! Oh, Elspeth is really good at this memory game. So for the second turn in a row, first we drew an auto fail, so she grabbed a memory. Now she draws the Elder Sign, so she grabs a memory. 3-1 for Elspeth. Wow. At this rate, we're going to be hard pressed to grab a lot of memories. And that's her turn. So she moves, grabs a memory, and we move to the upkeep phase. We grab a Shriveling, which is not really what we need at the moment. I guess the good thing about Elspeth having so many memories is she's currently 5 fight, 4 health, and 5 evade. Still tough, but we do have Shriveling 2. So, or Shriveling 3, sorry. So we are at a 7v5 and dealing an extra damage. So we can kill Elspeth to get one of those back. But man, oh man, Elspeth just rocketing through the memory game here. Mythos phase, turn 5. Let's see how we do here. We get the brother. Oh, these guys. These guys are so awful. Man, oh man. I was really hoping these guys weren't in the in this deck, but damn. He's one of the worst enemies in the entire game. In the entire Arkham Horror LCG, these guys are one of the worst. Yeah, so he gets +1 fight, +1 evade for each doom on it. When you initiate an attack against the Brotherhood Cultist, place 1 doom on the Brotherhood Cultist. Well, we don't really have a choice. We are going to have to deal with this guy because he has Hunter. We could try to evade him. I'm just wondering whether it's... man, because we're going to have to... he's got 3 bloody health, too, which is the worst part of it. If it was... if this was good old vanilla Agnes, we could, like, move, take a horror, and kill him. So we could take a damage. Yeah. We could hit him once with shriveling, and then we would move. He would deal a horror to us. We would deal a damage to him and kill him. We are not playing vanilla Agnes, though, so we are kind of limited with what we can do here. We need to take 2 attacks against him. Well, 2 attacks, and then we have to move to find a clue. I guess that's what we're doing. So we are going to... and 2 attacks when we initiate. So we initiate an attack. Let's get our actions first here so I don't lose track. So we initiate an attack. He gains a doom, so now he's a 3, and we are 7. 7v3. Chaos Bag gives us a +1, so he takes 2 damage. We initiate again. He gains, he's up to 4v7. We get a -2. Okay, so we didn't take any horror, and we killed him. So that is very good. We didn't draw any special tokens, so no horror for us. And we have 1 action remaining. Town Hall is connected to downtown. Elspeth is coming to the north side next turn. Just trying to think if there's 2 clues. Let's move to downtown. I know there's 2 clues at I'm just trying to think of what is the best way to get here. I know there are 2 clues at the university, so that might be where we go. Are there 2 clues downtown? I can't remember. Hundreds of games, and I can't remember how many clues are at downtown. I know there's 1 at Rivertown, and then there's 2 here, which would give us 4, which would give us 2 memories. So we would need... okay, let's think this out for a second. So if we grab a clue at Rivertown, if we grab these 2 memories, that puts us at 3. Assuming Elspeth gets this one, that puts her at 4-3 with 2 memories in play. We're going to need to attack her at least once to get some memories from her. And maybe we go... Elspeth moves to north side, downtown, east town, and then we attack her at East Town and then go for Town Hall for the win. All right, let's try that. So we'll go to Rivertown. 1 shroud location, 1 clue. No big surprise there. And that's going to do it. Yeah. So we go to the enemy phase. Elspeth moves back to north side. Man, I hope we don't need that clue at the train tracks, because that locked door is that is a huge barrier to poor Agnes. That's gonna do it. She just patrols once. Yes. So that's the end of that. All right. We draw another copy of Sixth Sense. Well, that's okay, but it's not really what we need right now. Mythos phase. 6 of 7 doom due to the conspiracy of blood. We get a false lead. If you have no clues, false lead gains surge. We have 1 clue. If you have 1 or more clues, test intellect 4 for each point you fail by. Place 1 clue on your location. Okay, that's not awful, since we were going to investigate here with read the signs anyway. So we'll just take it straight up. We'll go 2v4, I guess. Not great odds, but we get a skull, which is a -1 because we have 1 memory. So we drop our clue, but that's okay because we were going to get it. We're going to use read the signs anyway on our next turn, and we will gain an additional clue. Okay, that is it. That's it for the Mythos phase. We go to upkeep. As our first action, let's play read the signs. We will take a damage. We'll put that damage on Diana. So send that back so we know where it is. And Diana can take that for us. We will spend, and she's got to exhaust 2. Which is fine. So we are investigating at a 7v1, and we should be okay. If we succeed, we gain 2 clues. We get a -2. We grab these 2 clues. And I will spend those 2 clues to grab the memory. Okay, and then we're going to move to the Miskatonic University. And we have 1 action remaining. I'm wondering whether I don't... I'm wondering here. I can draw into the flame. And that would get us the 2 clues, and then we can grab another memory here. I hate taking an encounter card draw, but... no. Another Brotherhood cultist. Oh, that sucks. Because now we're going to have to kill this chump. And that's going to use all of our shriveling charges. And then we are going to not... We don't have any... We've got a shriveling in our hand we could replace it with if we need to. Anyway, that kind of... I was hoping we wouldn't get an enemy. But we grab another 2 clues here. and then we convert those 2 clues to a memory. Now, one of the things about this scenario is each of these locations, each memory is worth a VP, I believe. Just want to check the... we're going to cheat a little bit and look at the resolution, but I believe each clue you grab, each memory. So Agnes earns experience equal to either the combined victory X of each card in the victory display or equal to the number of memories. So we, depending on how many memories we get that many experience points. What we're trying to do, I guess why you want to play this scenario in the first place, is if you manage to beat Elspeth, you can upgrade your heirloom of Hyperborea, or downgrade Dark Memory, which would be really nice. Obviously, if you're playing with the weaker Dark Memory, you can play that for free without playing any resources. You just take a damage. So we should have another memory here. Let's make sure we get that. So it's 3-3. We have tied it up, but it is the enemy phase. Elspeth is going to patrol over to downtown. The Brotherhood cultist is going to attack us, but that's just 1 horror, so that's fine. We can deal with that. We do have a soothing melody if we need to heal, so I'm not too worried about what he's up to. But Elspeth we get another token, which is a -3. Man, she's just rocketing through these locations. So we'll seal the -3 up there. I really like this mechanic. I think this is really cool how they're using the Chaos Bag tokens to seal them on locations like this. I think that's a pretty interesting design space for them to explore. So we've got to kill this chump. We need some more clues. And we've got 3 memories to go. If we can kill Elspeth, we could get 1 and then grab 2 more. I assume she's going to get this one. So she's going to be at 4. We will need a couple of clues. Maybe what we have her do is go to Easttown, then have her come back here. We fight her at downtown. If we can exhaust her, then we can head up to Town Hall. Yeah, I think that's what we do. So we send Elspeth this way. We come back around to Northside downtown, and then we're going to grab the final memory of the game at Town Hall, and hopefully that will be all we need. However, it is upkeep. We get a word of protection. Okay, well that would have been nice to have a little while ago with it. Oh, we're going to get attacked this turn. We are going to get attacked this turn. We could get rid of it if we parlayed with the cultist, but yeah, that seems like a bad low odds. All right, it is Mythos phase. We are advancing, so this flips. Elspeth attacks us. We take 2 damage and 2 horror. Nothing we can do about that. So that's rough. And then we flip it back over. I assume the Conspiracy of Blood stays just because it is attached to the current agenda, which is current agenda 1. I don't think it gets discarded. I don't think the game is going to last another full thing, so we'll see. I may have to look that up, but I feel like it doesn't it doesn't go away. We need to draw a Mythos card. Oh, crap. Oh, this could just straight up kill it. No. That's not happening. That gets worded like right now. We take a horror, but man, that would have adding 2 doom to this guy, making him a 4, and then having to attack him twice. We would just not be able to kill him. So that would be that is definitely a ward, that one. All right, dodged a bullet there. Let us go to let's attack this guy. We add a doom. So we are going 7v3. Chaos Bag says 0. Good. So he takes 2 damage. We attack him again. 7v4 this time. Uh, 7v4. Yes. So is it just the elder thing we're worried about? Yeah. Okay. -1. So we don't we kill this guy and we don't take any horror. All right, let's use our last action to move up to north side. Oh, good. It's it's got 2 clues. Okay. So we can get those 2 clues. And we could spend 5 resources to gain another 2. The problem is, I think we're going to need to fight Elspeth at least once. Because I think what we do, we grab these 2 clues, we head over, assuming Elspeth gets this token, gets this memory, we go in, we kill her, we grab a memory from her, we head up to Town Hall, we grab that memory, Elspeth moves to East Town, she grabs that memory, the game ends. So I think that's how we're going to play it. That'll give us 6 to her 3, and the game will end with a victory for us. So I guess that's our turn, eh? We killed that guy and we moved in. Okay. We go to the enemy phase. Elspeth is stuck there, but we do have to draw a token. And we get a -1. Okay. That's okay. It's still at 4. It's only at 4. So we can kill Elspeth. But we're going to need to play our Shriveling. So maybe what we do... it's going to take Elspeth 1 more turn. So we have a turn to set up. We could maybe play Soothing Melody, Shriveling, get ourselves in a position to attack her, and then go from there. All right. So that stays. We get another copy of Diana. That's not going to help us. 1 doom of 7 or 8, depending on how we interpret the Conspiracy of Blood. And we get Hunting Shadow. You must choose either spend a clue or take 2 damage. I guess we're taking 2 damage. Ouch. Yeah, 6 of... man, we're starting to... we're going to need some Soothing Melody here. That hurts. but not much we can do about it. We just didn't have any clues. All right, so let's do Soothing Melody to heal 2 damage. Heal 2 damage or 2 horror from among investigators and or allies. Actually, we could have put one of the damage on. So I'm going to put one, in hindsight, I'm going to put one on Diana. And we'll keep us down to 3. And we draw a card. There's our Storm of Spirits. It's kind of risky. We do have another Shriveling, though, we can nail her with. So that was our first action. Second action, we're going to investigate using our last charge of Read the Signs. So we're going to take a damage. We'll keep Diana around just in case we need to take another damage in horror. So we're going 7v3. Let's... we can't commit any of those, can we? We can commit Diana, though. Let me just read this. Add your... Oh, it is an intellect skill test. Okay, so I can commit this 6th sense. So we are at 7, 8, 9 v3. That takes the -6 out of the bag. We get a -1 anyway. We get 2 clues. But we don't have a way of doing that. So let's replace our Shriveling with another Shriveling as our final action. All right. So next turn we can move in. Elspeth is going to grab this mystery here, this memory. Then we move in, we attack her, kill her, gain a memory. She would be exhausted, so she would ready. Are we going to have to attack her twice? Maybe. Ooh, not huge fan of that plan. Or maybe we go... No, we need to get her before she gets that last... I mean, maybe she draws another -1. Yeah, -1 would be okay. Well, let's see what happens. Enemy phase, we have to draw a token. Well, that's a -6 right there. So that's, yeah, that she definitely grabs that memory. Okay. And that's going to be the end of the enemy phase. And now we go to upkeep. We get a deny existence. Oh, that's nice to have in case we get another hunting shadow. Or Diana should attack us, or Elspeth should attack us. Okay. So we move in. Attack. We grab a memory. Oh, I wish I had another move. Because then we're stuck with her, and then she's going to ready. Then we're going to have to kill her again. Attack, move. All right. Well, we know what we have to do. Let's go to Mythos. 2 of 7 or 8 Doom. Encounter card is a Shadowed. If there are no cultist enemies in play, take 1 Horror, and Shadowed gains Surge. Otherwise, find the cultist enemy. So we're going to take a Horror, and it's going to gain Surge. I think Diana takes that for us. We've used her up. So this gains Surge. Oh, that is the worst. That is the absolute worst. Okay, that... Oh, man. That really sucks. It's a really bad draw. Okay, so how do we deal with this Hunting Night Gaunt? We could try to evade it. Or we let Elspeth move to East Town. Then we go after her at East Town, get her there, then head up to Town Hall for the final 2 clues, for the final memory. It's just, I don't have a ton of... I guess I could have shuffled that ward back into my deck. But, oh no, I didn't cheapen it. I could shuffle the Storm back into my deck, but it does 3 damage, which is not quite enough against a... I feel like I have to kill this thing. I can't have it chasing me throughout the game. I just don't have the health for it. Let's attack it. So first action, we will attack. Shriveling could kill us here, but I mean, we don't have much choice. We're going to go 7v3 for 2 damage. Or do we evade? If we evade, we can pump up to 5v1. But then we don't have enough to deal with Elspeth. Man, maybe fighting this thing is not the best idea. Maybe we move. We do. If we evade it, we can move down to Miskatonic and Rivertown. Elspeth will move to East Town. And then the Hunting Night Gaunt would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So it would move. We can have it come down to Miskatonic University and then just run it in a circle, so we wouldn't have to worry about it. I mean, it would be nice if we could get a Storm stacked on Diana and just storm the lot of them. We could do that once, though. That's the problem. Well, let's try to evade it. I don't think fighting it's gonna... I'm just worried that if we fight this, we're gonna draw a bad token, and then we're gonna be in tough shape here. So we're gonna go 5v1. And we get a -6. Shoot. Well, that's unfortunate. We can still try to kill it, I guess. Let's go 7v3. Ah! It's a -6. 7v3 is a 1. So I could take 1 damage. Because it's a -6, Agnes may take up to 3 damage to increase your skill value by 2 for each damage taken. So if I take 1 damage, I could boost myself up to a minus... I'd be 9v3. So we take a damage, we go to 9v3, and it takes 2, and we take a horror, which is what I was worried about in the first place. I guess here we go. We've got to deny, but that's not going to do us any good. So we could doom out here. Or not doom out, but we could just die to our own shriveling, which is annoying. But we don't really have much of a choice. So we're going to go 7v3 again. Chaos Bag gives us another -6. Oh, for frick's sakes. Okay, well... that just kills us, actually. We just go insane. Because we took a horror, and then we take another horror, so... Well, that was disappointing. So we would end up dying to our own shriveling after we haven't taken a single hit from shriveling all game, and then we take 2 back to back because we draw 2 -6s. That is really unlucky. So, we end up... So basically what would happen is we get the bad ending. We would have to downgrade Heirloom of Hyperborea to its regular version. We'd gain 3 experience points. Not actually sure how many XP we have to spend to play this one. Let me check that. 3 experience. Okay, well, so we needed... You really need to win this one. You really need to win this one to make it worth your while, because otherwise you end up... We spent 3 experience points theoretically to play it. We earned 3 experience points, and we lose the good Hyperborea, or at least better Hyperborea heirloom. So... we end up losing. We end up, coming out of this worse than we went into it. So that's not great. I think it's definitely winnable. I mean, I think at the beginning we got a little bit unlucky because Elspeth drew, I think as far as chaos tokens, she drew a 2 and a 4. Then she drew an Elder Sign and an auto fail to grab 3 tokens really quickly, to grab 3 memories really quickly. And then we Man, how many enemies are in this encounter deck? Because we seem to draw a lot of them. 26 cards. There's not that many enemies, but we drew the worst ones. Like there's the regular acolytes. I mean, I would much rather fight them than the cultists. So we drew the 2 cultists, which are awful. Yeah. So if we draw on any of the other cultists, we would have been easier, in a better spot. So yeah, I definitely think you can beat this. I mean, if I played this a couple more times, I am pretty certain that I could beat it, even with this deck. And I don't think this deck is particularly well tuned, but it does sort of give me an idea as to things I might change. Like, I don't think the deck itself was that bad. It's just, it feels like we got off to sort of a rough start with her jumping out to a huge lead. And then we just drew, Brotherhood Cultist, which chewed up almost 4 actions there. We drew Words of Power, which we had to get rid of. There's 6 actions. And then, of course, the Night Gaunt, which we would have killed if we'd had 1 horror to work with. So, I mean, Diana is great from, she's got 3 health, but she's only got 1 sanity, which is a bit of a problem. Whereas all the other allies are reversed, right? They have 1 health and a bunch of sanity. So, and only having 6 sanity kind of hurts. So, and we didn't see Spectral Razor, which would have definitely helped. Spectral Razor, being able to, what's the other, shoot, I need to look that up. Maybe Shriveling isn't the way to go with this deck. Maybe you need the other card, whose name escapes me here. I'm going to look it up. The one from Jacqueline's deck. It didn't occur, like I'd looked at it. I didn't actually look at it, but I think it deals damage, which would have been the better way to go. So that would be my mistake in just building the deck wrong. That I should have had the other one. Azure Flame, yeah. So I should have had Azure Flame in this deck, not Shriveling. So that's my mistake. I think if I had built the deck properly, then I would have been in much better position. So swap out Shriveling for Azure Flame, both levels. So you can play Azure Flame 0 and I assume it's 3. And then, is there an Azure? There's got to be an Azure Flame 3. Yeah, okay. So swap out Shriveling for Azure Flame 3. And I think that would be a way better way of going about it. I'm not convinced Storm of Spirits is going to be worth it in this particular scenario. Just because of the way the cultists work. The things I was happy with, Diana, she came down early and we stacked a Read the Signs on her, so we had all the clues we needed. We didn't need any more clues, really. I think we would have needed more clues if Elspeth hadn't jumped out to such a huge lead right off the bat. So all in all, I think lesson 1. This Agnes P Parallel Agnes should be playing Azure Flame, not Shriveling. So that was my mistake. But that's easy enough to rectify. You can swap out Azure Flame, Shriveling 0 and Shriveling 3 for Azure Flame 0 and 3. And that would work much better. You've got a little more room to play with on the damage side than the sanity side. I'm not convinced Storm of Spirits is worth it. I never played it, and I guess I could have played it there, but 2 damage would have still, like, yeah, it really comes down to I think Azure Flame being the better choice. Otherwise, I think the deck is okay. I'm a little ticked at myself for picking the wrong card, but that's what happens. You build a deck quickly and forget that a better card exists. So, but all in all, yeah, I think this is you can definitely beat it. I think you've probably got to beat Elspeth at least once, but that's not too hard if she's at 4 or 5 memories, then she's much easier to take down. I think if you time it right, you can basically sort of get her in a corner, take a memory from her, exhaust her, move away, move up, and get away from her, so you can and then grab the final memory and win 6-3. So yeah, I think it definitely. I thought this one is I think this one, I enjoyed this one quite a bit. I like the mechanic of stacking the tokens on the locations. I think that's pretty cool. Overall, I think Agnes is pretty good. I don't think it necessarily solves the resource issues that Mystics have, because they do still rely so heavily on those enabling assets to get moving. So I wouldn't. I think I might include a charisma just for David Renfield to make that initial resource, to get those resources at the beginning when you really need them. And then you can always kill him, because you're going to be taking damage, of course, in order to eliminate the doom. So I guess charisma and a David Renfield, I think, would be another addition that I would make to this deck. So Azure Flame, charisma, and David Renfield, and I think you'd be in pretty good shape. I thought Hallowed Mirror was pretty good. We didn't draw as many Soothing Melodies as I was hoping to. Let's see where we are we going to draw any soon? 3 cards down, and then we had our first Spectral Razor. So yeah, Azure Flame, charisma, David Renfield, I think you're good to go. So that is going to do it for this playthrough of Bad Blood. Unfortunately, we weren't able to pick up the win, but we did learn some valuable lessons about playing Parallel Agnes and what we need to do to win. Definitely a scenario. I think if you're set up properly, you can beat this and snatch up a sizable chunk of XP. If you're paying 3 XP to play it, you can play this side scenario, and if you can get the 6-3 spread versus Elspeth, then you can gain 3 XP as well as downgrade your Dark Memory, which I think is okay if you go that way. Not too sure how it would work in a campaign. This deck had 28 XP in it, which that's pretty high for a solo deck. So I'm not too sure whether you could gain that much. But I think you could take out some of the, like I was playing a few cards that I probably could have cut it down to a more manageable number, maybe 19 or maybe even a little less than that. So, but all in all, really enjoyed this scenario. I highly recommend that you give it a try and learn from my mistakes, because that's I make a ton of them, and that's hopefully you will have a better playthrough because of my mistakes in this one. But enjoyed it nonetheless. I will be back. I'm going to be trying to bang out a lot of playthroughs here in the next couple weeks during the Christmas vacation. As I mentioned during my my preview of Agnes, had some COVID-related issues with kids. Nobody got sick, but it was just kids being forced to stay home from school and quarantine as a result of being close contacts and whatnot, and that has really sort of thrown my work-life balance out of whack lately. So I'm going to be back with playthroughs, and of course we have Nate and I will be back with reviews for the player cards from Devil Reef, so look forward to that. And still working on my I would really very much like to get my reviews done for the Investigator starter deck, so I think that's what I'm going to be focusing on here in the next couple weeks. So thanks very much everyone for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this playthrough, and pack Azure Flame. That's the lesson for today. I will catch you with another playthrough here soon. That's going to do it for this episode. If you enjoy what you hear, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you need to contact me, I can be reached at manfromleng@gmail.com. I am also on Twitter at manfromleng. Until the stars are right, keep your shotgun close and your elder sign closer. Take care out there, and happy investigating.